Again, I'll start from continue from natural and man-made disaster. This is the part 3, and today I will do man-made disaster and hybrid disaster. A man-made disaster is a disaster resulting from human intent. Intent means intention or purpose, negligence or error. Man-made disaster can be both intentional and unintentional. It results is high loss of life and property. It further affects a person's mental, physical, and social well-being. Reasons of man-made disaster are ignorance 52%, unawareness 20%, illiteracy 40%, and carelessness 42%. Now, some of the examples of man-made disasters are nuclear disaster, chemical disaster, radiological disaster, terrorism, aeroplane crashes, collapse of building, bridges, metros, mines, and tunnels. The world's most worst disaster were as follows. The first example, there are two examples. First is now the Chernobyl disaster. On the 29th April 1986, a major nuclear accident took place in the nuclear power station located in Chernobyl in Soviet Union, now in Ukraine. It happened because of a meltdown in a reactor. A meltdown takes place when the cooling system of the reactor fails and the radioactive core unit heats up to their melting point. For now, Chernobyl, once a fertile area, bears a deserted look with little chance of any growth of vegetation. Now, the second example is the Bhopal gas tragedy. The Bhopal disaster, also referred to as the Bhopal gas tragedy, was a poisonous gas leak incident in India. It is considered the worst industrial chemical disaster. It occurred on the night of 2nd and 3rd December 1984 at the Union Carbide India Limited, a pesticide plant. Pesticide means a substance used for destroying insects in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Over 50,000 people were exposed to methyl isocyanide gas and other chemicals. The government of Madhya Pradesh confirmed a total of 3787 deaths related to gas leak. Over 8,000 died within 2 weeks and another 8,000 died from gas-related diseases. Criminal cases were filed by the victims against Warren Anderson, CEO of Union Carbide Corporation. The cases are still pending. Now, the long-term effects on the people. The initial effect of exposure were coughing, vomiting, severe eye irritation, and feeling of suffocation. Thousands of people had succumbed. Succumbed means die from the effect of the disease by the morning hours after the leak in the night. There were mass funerals and mass cremation. Bodies were dumped in Narmada River and more than 170 lakh people were treated at hospitals. The causes of death were choking, reflex, organic, circulatory collapses, and pulmonary. Pulmonary means which is related to lungs. Oedema. Oedema is the excess of watery fluid collecting in a tissues of body. Findings during autopsies. Autopsies is a post-mortem. Reveal changes not only in lungs but also cerebral. Cerebellum is a part of a brain. Oedema and tubular necrosis. Tubular necrosis, long tube, it is a failure of a blood supply of the kidneys. The stillbirth rate increased up to 300% and neonatal. Neonatal means newborn. Mortality rate by 200%. UCCS laboratory test in 1989 revealed that the soil and water samples collected near the factory were toxic. Toxic means harmful for fish. Hence, fish was not considered edible, fit or suitable to be eaten. The hazardous health concern still continues. Now, we will do hybrid disaster. These are disasters that are linked with both natural and man-made disasters. Human beings have interfered. Interfered means handle or adjust with the natural environment to such an extent that their activities have had disastrous consequences for human beings themselves. That is indiscriminate cutting down. Indiscriminate means unsystematically. Cutting down of the forest, rapid industrialization, cutting down of the forest, rapid industrialization, and indiscriminate exploitation. Exploitation means making use of and benefiting from resources, of natural resources. These actions have caused greenhouse effect that has brought about intense floods due to global warming, especially in North India. Human activities are generally responsible for causing many hybrid disasters. First is drought due to overconsumption, wastage and pollution of water. Landslide due to extensive deforestation. Hurricane, floods and cyclones due to rapid deforestation and greenhouse effect. Famine and crop failure due to faulty government policies, faulty methods of agriculture, overuse of pesticides and insecticides. The soil is getting exhausted. Exhausted means completely used up and losing its fertility. Chemical poisoning due to rapid industrialization and release of hazardous chemicals in rivers and water bodies. Earthquakes due to construction of dams, mining and creation of large water bodies. Thank you.